Everything seemed fine until Amelia received the call. It wasn't a dramatic, life-altering diagnosis or news of a sudden tragedy that shatters a world in an instant. No, this was far more insidious. A slow, quiet erosion of a future she had meticulously, lovingly built in her mind over years. It was just a polite, professional voice on the other end, calm and measured, informing her that after what felt like an eternity of trying, after countless appointments, invasive procedures, and heart-wrenching cycles of hope and despair, the adoption agency had to close her file. "We're so sorry, Amelia," the voice had said, its tone practiced, almost clinical in its sympathy. "But at this point, given the current regulations and your age, we just don't see a viable path forward for you to adopt." Amelia was a graphic designer, a woman who found profound joy in bringing ideas to life through color and form, through the careful arrangement of pixels and typography. Her apartment, usually a vibrant canvas of creative energy, was filled with children's books she'd collected over the years, their colorful spines a silent promise. There were tiny shoes she'd bought on sale, just in case, tucked away in a closet, waiting for feet that would never fill them. And then there was the half-finished nursery, a room painted in soft gender-neutral tones, with a crib still in its box, a mobile hanging unmoving above it. It had slowly, imperceptibly become a shrine to a future that wouldn't arrive, a monument to a dream now irrevocably lost. She wasn't a person who lived in grand, sweeping fantasies of fame or fortune. Her dream was simple, deeply human, profoundly intimate. A child to love, a family to nurture, the quiet rhythm of bedtime stories and scraped knees. It wasn't a perfect life she envisioned, just a full one, anchored by the laughter and small hands of a child. She had imagined the smell of baby shampoo, the weight of a sleeping toddler in her arms, the quiet pride of watching a child discover the world. These weren't fleeting thoughts. They were the very fabric of her anticipated existence, woven into the tapestry of her daily life. She sat at her kitchen table, the phone still clutched in her hand, the plastic warm against her palm. She stared at the untouched breakfast she'd prepared. Eggs now cold, toast forgotten, coffee growing a thin, oily film on its surface. The sun was streaming through the window, highlighting dust motes dancing in the air. A picture of ordinary morning light, oblivious to the seismic shift that had just occurred within her. But for Amelia, the light felt wrong, almost mocking in its cheerfulness. She couldn't find the energy to even clear the table, to perform the simplest act of moving forward. The silence in her apartment, usually a peaceful backdrop to her creative work, now felt vast and echoing, a cavern where a child's voice should have been, where the joyful chaos of family life was meant to unfold. It wasn't just the absence of a child, it was the absence of a future she had meticulously, lovingly built in her mind, brick by painstaking brick. The playdates, the school plays, the sticky fingers, the bedtime stories, the quiet conversations about homework, all gone, replaced by a hollow, aching void. Maybe that's not exactly your story. Perhaps your dream wasn't about a child, but a career that never took off despite years of dedicated effort. A business venture that collapsed, taking with it your financial security and your sense of purpose. Maybe it was a relationship that ended not with a dramatic bang, but a slow, painful fade, leaving you with a profound sense of loneliness and the question of what could have been. Or perhaps it was a calling, a deep sense of spiritual purpose that simply refused to bloom, leaving you feeling adrift and questioning your path. The specifics might differ, but the feeling, that profound, disorienting sense of loss, is often tragically similar. It's the feeling of being blindsided, not by something overtly terrible, but by the quiet, definitive closing of a door you desperately wanted to walk through. It's the realization that the map you've been following, the one that guided your steps and gave meaning to your sacrifices, is now obsolete. It's the quiet implosion of a world you had carefully constructed in your imagination, leaving you standing amidst the rubble of what might have been. In this video, we're going to walk through that feeling together. We'll explore a story, a psalm that speaks to the deepest parts of our pain, a reflection on what it means to stand in that space, and a prayer that acknowledges the ache without trying to erase it. You'll see a candle burning here with me, a quiet flame that reminds us that God's light isn't just at the end of the tunnel, a reward for having survived the darkness. No, this light is right here, in the middle of the darkness, a steady, unwavering presence, even when we can't feel it, even when our world feels utterly devoid of hope. It's a symbol of a truth that persists beyond our immediate circumstances. Amelia eventually put the phone down. She didn't cry. The tears felt too big, too overwhelming for the small, ordinary kitchen, too monumental for the quiet devastation that had just unfolded. She just sat there, the untouched breakfast a silent witness to the quiet implosion of her world, unsure of how to move, or even if there was anywhere left to go. The silence stretched, heavy and suffocating, filled only with the faint hum of the refrigerator and the distant sounds of a world that continued, indifferent to her shattered dream. Amelia's story, like so many of ours, begins in a place of quiet devastation. That feeling of a future so vivid and real in your mind, so meticulously planned and deeply desired, suddenly dissolving into nothing. It's a unique kind of pain, isn't it? It's not just grief for what was, for a past that is no more. It's a far more complex and often unacknowledged grief for what will never be. It's the ache of an empty space where a dream used to live, a dream you poured your heart and soul into, a dream that shaped your identity and your expectations for life, only to find it wasn't meant to be. This isn't the kind of loss that elicits immediate, widespread sympathy, like the death of a loved one. Often it's a silent, internal suffering. People might say, "Oh, you'll find another dream," or "there are other paths." And while those sentiments might be well-intentioned, they often feel dismissive, invalidating the profound depth of what you've lost. Because what you've lost isn't just an idea. It's a piece of your envisioned self, a chapter of your life story that will now remain unwritten. It can feel like waking up each morning to a landscape that's familiar, yet utterly barren, stripped of the landmarks you'd planned your journey around. It does something to your sense of purpose, to your willingness to even imagine a new path, to trust in the future. You might be afraid to say it out loud, to even admit it to yourself. But sometimes it feels like the very ground beneath you has given way, and you're just falling, endlessly, into an abyss of uncertainty. This kind of pain, this specific texture of grief, can make you feel profoundly alone. You look around, and everyone else seems to be moving forward, building their lives, achieving their dreams. And you're stuck, suspended in a liminal space between a past that's gone and a future that's been cancelled. It's in these moments, when the silence of your own suffering feels deafening, that you might begin to question everything you thought you knew about hope, about purpose, and yes, even about God. Where is God in this void? Why did He allow this dream to take root, only to let it wither and die? These are not easy questions, and they often come wrapped in layers of anger, confusion, and a deep, unsettling sense of abandonment. But here's a profound truth. You are not the first to feel this. 3,000 years ago, long before Amelia sat at her kitchen table, long before your own dream crumbled, someone felt exactly this. And they wrote it down, not in a polished sermon, not in a theological treatise designed to offer neat answers, but in a raw, honest cry from the depths of their soul. It's Psalm 130, and it begins like this, echoing across millennia, a voice reaching out from a place that feels intimately familiar. Out of the depths. Just those 3 words. Out of the depths. What does that even mean? It means when you're so far down you can't see the surface, when the light feels like a distant memory, not a present reality. It's the feeling of being submerged, overwhelmed with the weight of disappointment pressing down on you from every side. It's the quiet despair Amelia felt at her kitchen table, the silence echoing the absence of her dream, the coldness of her untouched breakfast mirroring the coldness in her heart. It's the place where you feel utterly alone, where the air is thin, and every breath is an effort, a conscious act of survival. It's the bottom of the well, the deepest part of the ocean, the darkest hour of the night. It's the place where you've exhausted all your own resources, where your strength has failed, and you have nowhere left to turn, but up. I cry to you, Lord. This isn't a polite request whispered in a quiet chapel. This isn't a calm, composed prayer offered from a place of peace and certainty. This is a cry, a raw, guttural sound that comes from the deepest part of your being, when you have nothing left but that desperate sound. It's the sound of a soul in anguish, reaching out when there's nothing else to hold on to, when your fingers are slipping and the current is pulling you down. It's the admission that you can't do this alone, that the weight is too heavy, the darkness too profound, the future too uncertain. It's the courage to still speak, to still make a sound, even when your voice feels broken, even when you're not sure anyone is listening, even when the silence feels like a confirmation of your abandonment. It's the defiant act of a spirit refusing to be utterly consumed by the void. This psalm doesn't offer easy answers. It doesn't promise immediate rescue, a sudden miraculous reversal of your circumstances. It simply gives voice to the profound pain of being in the depths, and the deeply human, almost instinctual, urge to still cry out. It's a psalm that knows what it feels like to have a cherished dream die, to stand at the edge of a future that simply isn't there, to feel the ground crumble beneath your feet. It knows the frustration, the sadness, the profound sense of loss for a life imagined, a chapter unwritten. It knows the anger that bubbles beneath the surface, the confusion that clouds your mind, the sheer exhaustion that settles deep in your bones. The candle flickering here with us, its small flame dancing in the quiet air. It's a quiet reminder. Even in the deepest, darkest places, even when you feel like you're crying out into an empty void, into a God-shaped silence, there is a light. It might not feel like a blazing sun, a sudden revelation that makes everything clear. No, it's a small, steady flame, a persistent presence that doesn't explain away the darkness, but simply exists within it. It's a symbol that God is here, in the depths with you, not just waiting for you to climb out, but present in the very struggle of your descent and your cry. He is here even when nothing is felt, even when all you can do is cry out. This light is not a promise of immediate relief, but a testament to enduring presence. We've just touched on those opening lines of Psalm 130, that raw, honest cry from out of the depths. It's a powerful image, isn't it? The depths. It's not just a shallow pool of sadness, it's a profound, overwhelming place. It's the kind of place where the air feels heavy, where every movement is an effort, and where the light of hope seems to have been extinguished. Think about that image. Out of the depths. What does it truly feel like to be in those depths when the dream you held so dear has crumbled? when the future you meticulously planned has dissolved into nothingness? Does it feel like a suffocating pressure, like the weight of disappointment is crushing you, pressing down on your chest until you can barely breathe? Does it feel like you're drowning in regret, in the bitter taste of what-ifs and what could-have-beens? Perhaps it's the sensation of being utterly lost at sea, with no compass, no stars, and no land in sight, just endless churning water. The psalmist doesn't shy away from that feeling. He doesn't try to sugarcoat it or offer platitudes. He acknowledges that sometimes the only place we can pray from is a place of profound loss, a place where hope feels like a distant, unreachable shore. And in that, there's a strange, liberating kind of permission. Permission to not be okay. Permission to not pretend that everything is fine, that you're strong, that you're handling it with grace. Permission to bring your unvarnished pain, your anger, your confusion, your exhaustion, your utter brokenness right into the presence of God. This isn't about having strong faith. It's about having honest faith. It's about admitting that sometimes believing doesn't magically make the ache go away. It just means you have somewhere or someone to take the ache. It means you have a divine listener for the cries you can't even articulate. Consider the very act of crying out. We cry to you, Lord. This isn't a casual conversation. This is a desperate plea, a primal scream from the soul. What does it feel like when you've cried out, and the silence is the only answer? Does it feel like God has gone quiet? Like your voice is just dissipating into an empty sky, unheard, unacknowledged? Does it feel like you're forgotten, overlooked in your particular pain, as if your suffering is too small or too insignificant for divine attention? Or perhaps conversely, too big, too messy, too complicated for even God to untangle? This psalm reminds us that the act of crying out itself is an act of faith, however fragile. It's a testament to a deep, perhaps unconscious belief that there is someone to cry out to. Even if you don't feel heard, even if the silence is deafening, the very act of voicing your pain, of naming your loss, is a step towards bringing it into the light. It's not about God needing to hear you. It's about you needing to speak, needing to release the pressure building within. And in that speaking, in that raw, unedited outpouring, you are connecting with a tradition of faith that has always given permission for lament, for questioning, for honest anguish. The psalm doesn't rush to comfort. It first creates space for the full, unedited experience of pain, validating it as a legitimate part of the human and spiritual journey. It's a profound invitation to bring your whole messy self to God, not just the parts you think are acceptable. Another image that echoes through this psalm, though not explicitly stated in these opening verses, is the idea of waiting. The psalmist later says, "I wait for the Lord, my soul waits, and in His word I hope." What does it mean to wait when your future has just been erased, when the path you were on has simply vanished? Does it feel like an unbearable stillness? A forced pause when all you want to do is run, or fix, or simply disappear from the face of the earth? Does it feel like a cruel joke to be told to wait when there's nothing left to wait for, when the very object of your hope has been taken away? This waiting isn't passive. It's not about sitting idly by, hoping things will magically change, or that your lost dream will suddenly reappear. This waiting, born from the depths, is an active posture of the soul. It's the refusal to give up entirely, even when every fiber of your being wants to. It's the tiny, almost imperceptible flicker of defiance that says, "Even here, even now, in this barren landscape, I will still look towards something beyond this immediate pain." It's the quiet, stubborn hope that there might be something more, even if you can't see it, even if you can't feel it, even if your mind struggles to conceive of it. It's the acknowledgement that sometimes the only thing you can do is simply endure, and in that endurance there is a kind of waiting. A waiting for clarity, for strength, for a new direction to emerge from the fog. It's a profound act of trust in the unseen. The candle here still burning is a quiet witness to all of this. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand attention. It simply holds its light, steady and unwavering, in the quiet space we're creating together. It's a reminder that even when God feels distant, even when the silence is heavy, even when your dreams lie in ruins, there is a presence that remains. This flame is not a promise of immediate answers, but a testament to enduring presence, a gentle beacon in the storm of your soul. It's a quiet truth that God is with you in the valley, not just waiting for you to emerge from it. We've been sitting with the raw honesty of Psalm 130, particularly that image of crying out from the depths and the active posture of waiting. We've explored how this ancient text validates the profound, often unspoken grief for dreams that have died, for futures that have been cancelled. Now, let's deepen that understanding, moving towards how this ancient text can truly enter your daily life, right where you are, not as a distant theological concept, but as a living, breathing companion in your journey. Consider again that phrase, "Out of the depths I cry to you, Lord." What does it mean to cry out when you feel utterly spent, when the well of your emotions feels dry, when even the energy to form words seems beyond you? Does it feel like a burden, another thing you should do, another spiritual exercise to perform, when all you want is to simply stop, to rest, to disappear from the overwhelming pressure? This crying out isn't about performance. It's not about finding the right words or having a perfect, eloquent prayer. It's about the simple human act of turning your face, even in despair, towards something beyond yourself. It's the acknowledgement that you are not the source of your own strength, and in this moment, your strength has utterly failed. It's the courage to be weak, to be utterly undone, to be completely broken, and to still direct that brokenness, that raw, unedited pain, towards God. This psalm gives you permission to bring your exhaustion, your frustration, your sense of being utterly depleted, and to lay it at the feet of a God who knows what it means to be in the depths. It's a reminder that God doesn't require you to be strong to come to Him. He meets you in your weakness, in your brokenness, in the very core of your despair. He is not intimidated by your questions, your anger, or your tears. He invites them. And then there's the waiting. My soul waits for the Lord more than watchmen wait for the morning. What does that kind of waiting feel like when the morning you're waiting for is a future that has been taken away, a dream that will never materialize? Does it feel like an endless night where the dawn you once anticipated will never break in the way you expected? Does it feel like a cruel irony to be told to wait for a morning that may never come for this particular dream, for this specific hope? This waiting isn't about expecting a magical reversal of circumstances, a sudden miraculous resurrection of your lost dream. It's about cultivating a posture of openness, a radical receptivity, even in the face of profound disappointment and shattered expectations. It's about learning to breathe in the vast, often terrifying space between what was and what will be, even when what will be is completely unknown, shrouded in mist, and filled with the echoes of what might have been. It's about finding a way to exist in the present moment, holding the grief of the past and the uncertainty of the future, without being consumed by either. It's a deep spiritual discipline that says, I will not rush the process of my own healing, nor will I demand that God conform to my timeline or my expectations. It's a trust that even in the barrenness, even in the emptiness, life can still be found, perhaps in forms you never anticipated, in directions you never considered. It's a profound act of faith in the unseen, a quiet surrender to a larger narrative that you cannot yet comprehend. So how can this psalm, these ancient words, these profound truths truly enter your daily life? How can they become more than just abstract concepts, transforming into practical tools for navigating your grief? When that wave of grief or frustration washes over you, when the memory of that lost dream feels particularly sharp, when the emptiness of Amelia's kitchen table resonates with the emptiness in your own heart, you don't need to find grand words. You don't need to construct elaborate prayers. You can simply whisper, "Out of the depths I cry to you, Lord." Let those words be a lifeline, a simple, honest acknowledgement of your state, a direct address to the divine. Let them be the bridge between your pain and His presence. When you feel the crushing weight of waiting, when the future feels like a blank, terrifying page, when the uncertainty paralyzes you, you can breathe in and out with the rhythm of "My soul waits for the Lord." Let it be a mantra, a quiet anchor in the storm of your thoughts. You can even write a line or two from the psalm on a small card and keep it with you, pulling it out when the weight becomes too much, letting the ancient words speak for you when your own words fail, when your own spirit feels too weary to articulate its longing. Place it on your bedside table, tape it to your mirror, carry it in your pocket. Let it be a tangible reminder of this enduring truth. You might also consider incorporating these words into a simple ritual. Light a candle like the one burning here with us, and as you watch its flame, repeat a phrase from the psalm. Let the physical act of lighting the candle and the visual of its light ground you in the present moment, connecting you to the ancient practice of bringing light into darkness. This isn't about magic. It's about creating sacred space, even in the midst of your ordinary day, to acknowledge your pain and invite divine presence. Look at the candle again. It's still here, a small, steady flame. It's not trying to burn away the darkness around it all at once. It simply exists, radiating its quiet light, pushing back against the shadows, one flicker at a time. It's a visual anchor, a reminder that light is present, even when everything else feels dark, even when the future you envisioned has vanished. God is not just waiting at the end of your valley, expecting you to emerge triumphant and whole. He is walking through it with you, a quiet, steady presence, a companion in your grief, a light that illuminates the path one step at a time, even when that path is shrouded in mist. He is the light within the tunnel, not just at its distant end. Now, sometimes words need to stop. Sometimes the most profound communication happens in the silence between the sentences, in the quiet space where the mind can rest and the heart can simply be. And the silence, in its own way, does what no sentence, no explanation, no theological treatise can truly accomplish. It creates space for presence. So for a moment, I invite you to simply pause with me. There's no need to force anything, no need to try and feel a certain way. Just allow yourself to be present. If you feel comfortable, you might gently close your eyes or simply soften your gaze. If you prefer, you can rest your eyes on the candle flickering here with me. See the flame. Watch how it dances just slightly. A tiny, almost imperceptible tremor in the air, a living breath of light. Observe the light it casts, a soft, warm glow that pushes back against the encroaching shadows, creating a small, intimate circle of illumination. It's not a huge fire, not a roaring blaze that consumes everything in its path. Just a quiet, persistent light, a gentle beacon. Notice the colors within the flame, the deep orange at its base, the vibrant yellow, the almost invisible blue at its core. See how it moves, constantly shifting, yet always returning to its central point. This flame, in its quiet resilience, is a microcosm of life itself, constantly in motion, yet holding its form. Feel your breath. In, out. Don't try to figure anything out right now. Don't try to solve anything. Don't try to push away the feelings that might arise. Just be here, in this moment, with the quiet light. Let the steadiness of that flame, its unwavering presence in the face of the surrounding darkness, be a small anchor for your heart, a gentle reminder of a truth that transcends your current circumstances. This is a moment of sacred stillness, a moment to simply exist, to breathe, to allow yourself to be held in this quiet space. The candle is not just a visual prop. It is a symbol of enduring hope, of a light that continues to burn even when the world around it is dark. It's a tangible representation of the divine presence that is always with you, not demanding, not judging, but simply being. It's a quiet truth that God is here, in this very moment, in this very breath, in this very silence. Take another breath. Let it be a deep, calming breath. Let it be a breath that acknowledges your presence here, now, in this moment of quiet contemplation. We've just shared a moment of quiet, a pause in the midst of our journey through the depths. And perhaps, in that stillness, a question might have surfaced, a thought that often lingers unspoken in the hearts of those who grieve a lost dream. Where is God in all of this? When the future you envisioned crumbles, when the path you walked vanishes, when the silence is deafening, it's natural to feel a profound sense of abandonment, a questioning of divine presence. I don't know if this will make sense to you, but I've been sitting with this question for a long time, both in my own life and in listening to countless stories like Amelia's. We often have this idea that God is waiting for us at the mountaintop, or at the end of the tunnel, or after we've successfully navigated the storm. We imagine Him as the reward for our perseverance, the light that appears after the darkness has passed. But what if that's not entirely true? What if God is not just at the destination but profoundly, intimately in the journey itself? What if He is not just the light at the end of the tunnel, but the light within the tunnel, a defiant presence in the very heart of the darkness? Think about that image from Psalm 130 again. Out of the depths I cry to you, Lord. This isn't a cry to get out of the depths, not initially. It's a cry from the depths. It's an acknowledgement that God is accessible even there, in the most submerged, most desperate places of our lives. This is a profound theological truth, often overlooked in our pursuit of quick fixes and easy answers. God is not afraid of your mess, your brokenness, your despair. He doesn't demand that you clean yourself up before you approach Him. In fact, it seems He invites you to bring your most unvarnished, most aching self directly into His presence. Sometimes when we're in the depths, our prayers feel like they're hitting a ceiling. We might even feel a surge of anger, a sense of betrayal. God, why did you let this happen? Why did you allow me to dream this dream only to snatch it away? Where were you when my future crumbled? These are not irreverent questions. They are deeply human, deeply honest questions born from profound pain. And I believe God can handle them. He doesn't need us to pretend. He doesn't need us to be polite. He needs us to be real. This is what I mean by a defiant presence. It's the idea that even when everything feels lost, even when your faith is hanging by a thread, even when you can't feel God's love or presence, the very act of crying out, of turning your face towards Him, is an act of defiance against the despair. It's a stubborn refusal to let the darkness have the final word. It's a quiet internal declaration that even if you can't see Him, even if you can't feel Him, you will still acknowledge His existence, His sovereignty, His ultimate goodness, even if it's through gritted teeth and tear-filled eyes. This isn't about finding a silver lining in your suffering. It's not about saying, God had a plan for this pain. Sometimes pain is just pain. Loss is just loss. But it is about understanding that even in the midst of that raw, unadulterated pain, God is not absent. He is not distant. He is not indifferent. He is present. He is the quiet companion in your grief, the silent witness to your tears, the steady hand that holds you even when you feel like you're falling apart. Think of Amelia again. In her quiet kitchen with her shattered dream, she wasn't alone. Even if she couldn't perceive it, even if she felt utterly abandoned, there was a presence. This is the mystery of faith in the depths, believing in a presence that transcends feeling, a love that endures beyond understanding. It's the truth that God is not just the God of the mountaintops, but profoundly, intimately, the God of the valleys, the God of the shadows, the God of the depths. He is the one who meets us precisely where we are, not where we pretend to be. The candle here still burning is a powerful symbol of this defiant presence. It doesn't eliminate the darkness of the room, but it stands within it, radiating its own light. It reminds us that God's light is not just a distant promise, but a present reality, a quiet, unwavering flame that burns even in the deepest, most desolate corners of our lives. It's a testament to a hope that doesn't deny the darkness, but finds a way to breathe and exist within it. It's a light that says, you are not alone. You are seen. You are held. We've walked through some difficult terrain together, acknowledging the raw pain of lost dreams and the honest struggle of faith in the depths. We've explored the profound truth that God is not just at the end of our suffering, but intimately present within it. As we prepare for the next part, which is an invitation to prayer, I want to emphasize that this isn't about performing, or finding the perfect words, or even feeling a certain way. It's simply an invitation to bring exactly who you are, exactly what you're carrying, into this quiet, sacred space. Perhaps as you've listened, a sense of weariness has settled over you. Perhaps doubt still lingers, a persistent whisper questioning the very possibility of hope. Maybe you feel a deep exhaustion, a spiritual fatigue that makes the idea of prayer feel like just another burden, another task on an already overwhelming list. Or perhaps you find yourself in a place of half-belief, where a part of you longs to connect, but another part feels too broken, too cynical, too disappointed to fully engage. All of these feelings are welcome here. There's no need to clean yourself up, to put on a brave face, or to pretend to be stronger than you are. God can work with exactly what you've brought to this moment. He can work with the anger, the confusion, the numbness, the tears that won't come, the prayers that feel like they're hitting a wall. He invites your honest, aching heart, just as it is. If you feel like placing a hand over your heart as a gesture of self-compassion and presence, please do. If closing your eyes for a moment feels right, allowing you to turn inward and focus, that's an option. Or perhaps simply resting your gaze on the candle flickering here, letting its steady light be an anchor for your attention, might be helpful. These are just invitations, gentle suggestions, never instructions. Do whatever feels right for you, or do nothing at all. The most important thing is your willingness to simply be present, however imperfectly. This prayer isn't about changing your circumstances or making the pain disappear instantly. It's not a magic formula to erase the grief or bring back what was lost. Instead, it's about acknowledging the reality of your loss, the profound depth of your disappointment, and inviting a divine presence into that reality. It's about finding a quiet strength to simply be, even when everything feels broken, even when the future remains uncertain. It's about a real grounded hope that doesn't deny the darkness, but finds a way to breathe and exist within it, knowing that even in the most desolate places, you are not alone. Think of it as an act of courageous vulnerability. To pray when your heart is broken, when your dreams are shattered, when your faith is wavering, is perhaps the most profound act of faith there is. It's a declaration that even when you can't see the way forward, you still believe in a God who can. It's an admission that you need help, that you can't carry this burden alone, and that you are willing to open yourself to a source of strength beyond your own. This is a moment to release the pressure to get over it, to move on, or to find a new dream before you're ready. It's a moment to simply acknowledge the profound impact of your loss, to honor the dream that died, and to allow yourself to feel the grief without judgment. In this space, you are held. In this prayer, you are heard. The candle continues to burn, a silent testament to the enduring light that permeates even the deepest shadows. It's a reminder that even when your own inner light feels dim, there is a greater light that never extinguishes, a constant loving presence that surrounds you. Let its gentle glow be a visual representation of the quiet intimacy we are entering into now. If you're ready, we're going to pray together. This prayer will be a conversation, an honest outpouring from the heart, acknowledging the pain and inviting God's presence into it. There's no need to repeat after me, unless you feel moved to. Simply let these words resonate within you, allowing them to give voice to your own unspoken cries, your own deep longings. Lord, we come to you from the depths. We come with the ache of a dream that has died, a future we meticulously built in our minds, now shattered into countless fragments. We come with the heavy burden of what will never be, the profound emptiness where a cherished hope once resided. We name this pain before you, not to complain, but to be utterly honest, to lay bare the landscape of our broken hearts. We name the frustration of years invested, the countless hours of planning, the emotional energy poured into something that ultimately came to nothing. We name the profound sadness of what will never be, the imagined laughter, the shared moments, the quiet joys that now exist only as ghosts in our minds. We name the profound sense of loss for a life imagined, a chapter unwritten, a story that ended before it truly began. We feel the emptiness where hope once lived, the gnawing void that seems to swallow all light. We confess the confusion of not knowing where to go from here, how to pick up the pieces, how to even begin to imagine a new path when the old one has vanished. We confess the anger that sometimes flares, the bitterness that threatens to take root, the feeling of being utterly lost and unseen in this specific grief. It feels like a part of us has been torn away, a vital piece of our identity, and we don't know how to put it back together. We confess the exhaustion, the spiritual fatigue that makes every step feel like a monumental effort, every breath a conscious struggle. We confess the moments of doubt, the whispers that question your goodness, your presence, your very existence in the face of such profound disappointment. And yet, even from this place, from these depths of despair and confusion, we declare that you are here. Not because we feel you, not because we understand, not because we have all the answers, but because we choose to believe that even in the deepest darkness, your presence remains. You are the God who hears the cry from the depths, even when our voices are broken and our faith is fragile. You are here, in this valley, in this quiet room, with this specific pain. You are not afraid of our tears, our questions, our anger. You invite them. You are the God who sits with us in the ashes of our dreams, not demanding that we rise, but simply being present in our brokenness. We ask for specific things, Lord, not for a magical reversal of our circumstances, but for grace within them, We ask for the strength to simply get through the next morning, to face another day when the joy feels absent, when the motivation is scarce. We ask for a moment of stillness in the middle of the night, when the thoughts of what ifs and what could have beens threaten to overwhelm us, to silence the relentless internal monologue of regret and longing. We ask for the capacity to trust again, even when trust feels unreasonable, even when our hearts are guarded and bruised by disappointment. Give us the quiet courage to take one more step, even when we don't know where the path leads, even when the way ahead is shrouded in mist and uncertainty. Help us to breathe in this vast, uncomfortable space between what was and what will be, to find a quiet resilience within us, a stubborn refusal to be utterly consumed by despair. And now, Lord, we surrender. We lay down the burden of trying to understand, of trying to fix, of trying to carry this weight alone. We surrender this broken dream, this lost future, this profound disappointment into your hands, not because the weight is suddenly gone, but because carrying it alone is no longer required. We surrender our need for answers, our desire for control, our insistence on our own timeline. We surrender to your presence in the depths, trusting that even here, even now, you are at work, weaving a new tapestry, even if we cannot yet see the threads. We surrender our broken hearts, trusting that you are the God who heals, not always by removing the wound, but by transforming us within it. We rest in the knowledge that our worth is not defined by our fulfilled dreams, but by your unchanging love. Amen. Thank you for joining me in this sacred space, for bringing your honest heart and your deepest longings. God heard your prayer, even the unspoken parts, even the feelings you couldn't articulate, even the tears that fell silently. When the weight comes back, and it likely will, for grief is not a linear path, please feel free to return to this video, to these words, to this quiet moment. Let it be a reminder that you are not alone in your grief, that your pain is seen, and that there is always a space to bring your honest heart before God. This is not a one-time fix, but an ongoing invitation to presence and surrender. And if this video has offered you even a small flicker of light in your own darkness, a moment of solace, a whisper of hope, I invite you to consider subscribing to this channel. By doing so, you join a community of fellow travelers, and we can continue to walk these paths together, exploring the depths of faith and the resilience of the human spirit. If you know someone who is walking through their own valley right now, someone whose name you already know, someone who is grieving a lost dream, please share this video with them. You might be the light they need, the quiet invitation to a moment of peace and connection. And if you feel moved to, please leave a comment below, sharing if you'd like what valley you're walking through, what lost dream weighs on your heart, and which psalm or spiritual theme you'd want to hear explored next. Your vulnerability can be a source of strength for others. May you find peace in the quiet, unwavering presence of God, a peace that transcends understanding, a peace that meets you in the depths.